Yeah? It's somewhere here. Somewhere in that space. It has knowledge. There's knowledge processing going on. There's resources being used. So there's economy going on. You go to the restaurant of the university. You have to eat. You have to pay for your food. You need instruments. You have to buy them. There is politics involved. So everything has a position in this plane. Yeah? You see what I mean? Yeah. So, and then we can start to say, if we have a unit of analysis, this is a unit of analysis, for example in university, or a patent, or whatever. If we have a unit of analysis, we can say, this unit of analysis, let's say this is a provincial university, and this is the knowledge axis, and this is the economy, and this is politics. And then we have another universities which has less politics, less economics, but more knowledge. And that's another university. So this is University A, this is University B. Yeah? That's the model. So now we are comparing units of analysis that can be texts, or it can be patents, or it can be, in the case of Holland and Germany, it was firms. Yeah? In how far, how much they contribute to the triple helix effect.
I think the location of A or B, control or drive by phone or first definitions.
By? Say it once more. Just say it once more. Controlled by power of nations.
Power of nations. Or
Okay.
the location of space time is something like change it by time or piracy or fun. So it's by control or drive income nation or political.
Yeah, I'm not sure that you're right. Because a nation is a domain. Yeah? So if we, for example, compare Seoul University, yeah, it probably has less resources and it is less politicized, maybe it's more political than, but it's more important than many provincial universities in the United States. So you have, let's say, the average university in the United States will be higher than the average university in Korea. Yeah? But you have some universities which are on the top. Seoul, for example, this university is an important university in the world. Yeah? And you have universities in the United States, like state colleges, which are not important. So it's not only a national. You can say, I'm now interested in comparing the 7, let's say, research universities in Korea. I know that because we are going to do a project about that. Yeah. Then you limit it to Korea. You say, I'm interested in this nation system, in this national system. So that was a part of my question. Whether it is a system or not is then to be addressed, because then you can have A, B, and 7 points in that space. Yeah. If you can do the measurement, which is in itself a problem, how do you do the measurement? Yeah. Let's assume that you can do the measurement. You ask Han to do the measurement, for example. Yeah. Then you can say, is this a system or not? Is the Korean university system a system? In the sense that it creates synergy? Or is it perhaps better to think about the Korean system as 2 systems or 3 systems? Maybe there is I don't know for Korea, there is a research system and there is an educational system, which is large universities which have not sufficient research funding. Yeah. Maybe it's not. So we are not sure. It's an empirical question whether something is national or not. Because it can be that in the Hungarian case there are 3 innovation systems. There was nothing national. Yeah? Of course, people in Budapest in the government think that it is national, but they are playing a game. Because they don't have the handles on the system, because there is not a system to be handled. Right. You don't want to have such an answer. So you don't raise a question. How are we doing this time? 5 o'clock.
I have a question.
Sure. Great.
My name is Kisokon from Daejeon.
Yeah.
My feeling is that there is some sort of gap between the research framework, the conceptual framework, and the methodology. For example, if we want to see the dynamics of the triple-helix, we use the quantitative indicators such as co-authorship and co-patenting, something like that. But as the OECD report mentioned, the paper or patent is a sort of tip of iceberg of the interaction between the three actors. So, and also my feeling is that the triple helix is very easy to understand. Everywhere you can find government, university, industry. But in Africa, the university is very small and you cannot find the big industry in the region. And in Latin America, the government is very big. A university has a very weak linkage with the industry. But in East Asian countries, government is strong, and also the interaction is also very strong. So maybe you can develop some sort of more sophisticated or more developed version of triple helix, such as in developing world, the triple helix is developed in a way, or but in the East Asian countries, triple helix can be evolved into B way, a different way. So, are you going to suggest in the future or some sort of conceptual framework explaining more specifically the phenomenon interaction between the three actors, and also maybe we can use some qualitative evidence, such as use the case study or interview. You can find some dynamics between the three actors. So, can you say about that issues?
Yeah, thank you. So, I told that story yesterday, when Henry Edskowitz approached me that he wanted to do a project together. I said, yeah, but what about what? Yeah, and he had done a chapter in the book, which I edited, and he said about university-industry relations. I said, university-industry relations is not complex enough for me. I need 3. Yeah, to get complexity. Yeah, so I'm a systems guy. Yeah. And then he said, let's do university-industry government relations. I said, that's okay. Yeah, because then I have an interesting problem. Yeah. For me it's an interesting problem. But I was not aware how people would go with it. Yeah. So the Swedish government now wants to be, the whole country to be triple helixed. Yeah. There is an enormous triple helix hole in Umeå. Yeah, because that's the Swedish neo-corporatist idea. Yeah, they are very corporatist. So they like the concept so much that it's the officials, the ideology now to be triple helix. Yeah. So, I assume that So we are working on a Triple Helix conference in Beijing in 2011 at the occasion of the 100th anniversary of Tsinghua University. Yeah, because Triple Helix is the alternative to capitalism. You see, so people are using it in the normative context.
Professor Leydesdorff,
And-
I'm sorry to be on that.
Yeah, I'll finish in a minute. Yeah? So people are using this in a normative sense, which I never meant. Yeah? And in Africa, of course, everything is different. So, yeah. Go ahead.
Thanks for your presentation. It was very wonderful time and meaningful time to understand the concept of the model and its application. Please give him the big hand. And now we have a time to express some appreciation for your presentation that we prepared some small gifts. So, first of all,
Can you go to the first page of your presentation?
Yes, sure.
Okay, good. It's my great pleasure. You came here, come here from all the way from Amsterdam.
It's just a nice flight.
Oh, it's a short trip, but it's a worldwide trip. And it's great to meet our young scholars here. And then give them some spiritual and intellectual stimulus. Right? Thank you very much.
It's an enormous pleasure to be here. I must say I appreciate really your informal culture. Yeah, in a way, really it's easy going. Yeah? Thank you so much.